In this video I'll be showing you how to rip game sounds or sound effects from WinUAE. I'll be using Rodland to demonstrate, as Rodland isn't quite as easy as other Amiga games to rip sounds from. I'll show you why. If we press F12 and go to our output tab on the left hand side and we click Pro Wizard, unfortunately WinUAE is not able to detect any music modules or packed data, so we'll have to rip sounds a different way. We'll just jump into the game here and then we'll start ripping the sounds. Now, in order to rip sounds, what we're going to first have to do is decide what sounds we're going to be ripping. Now, in this instance, I don't want to be ripping any music, so I'm going to mute the music by pressing M, but you'll notice we still have sound effects that play in the background. I'm going to press F12 and go across to our output tab, and here we can select in our output properties where we want to save our sounds to. Now I'm going to select .wav and I'll just save it as test.wav so that we can find that later. You'll see the audio codec has changed to wave in brackets internal, and that's fine. Now what we're going to click is AVI output and enable it by clicking it once. If we click OK and go back into the game, you'll notice that instead of hearing any sounds, the whole game will be muted. Which is fine, because what WinUAE is doing is taking all of the sound output and making a audio file that we can then take our sound effects from later. So now we've collected some flowers and we've created some ladders and we've killed an enemy. We should be able to press F12, turn off our AVI output, and if we go across to this output location, we should find our file, which is titled test.wav, has been created. And it has. Here it is. 32 seconds long. Now if we open this and listen to it, you will hear that we've got all of our audio saved in one big file, which is fine, but what we will need is individual sound effects. So we're going to cut them up using a program called Audacity. I'm just going to drag our audio into the program, and now it's opened in Audacity. Now we can easily play this audio and get to whatever sound effects we would like to cut out. So that effect was the create ladder sound effect. Now if I want this as an individual effect, what I can do is highlight it by just clicking and dragging across the sound effect, going to File, Export, and export selected audio. And I can save this as create ladder. Click OK, and it should have created that effect. Now these are more ladder effects. What's this effect here? Now that effect was when I collected the flower in game, so I'm just going to drag and highlight this selection. I'll click File, Export, Export Selected Audio, and rename this as, I renamed it as T, but that's okay. Moving along, we've got more collect flowers, and then what's this audio? There we've killed an enemy, so we can highlight this selection here, export that, export audio, kill enemy, and click save. So now we've got 3 sound effects that have been saved. If we go across to that Audacity file, we will see that we've got our 3 sound effects. So if we open them individually, we should hear all of our sound effects. Collect flower, create ladder, and kill enemy. Oh, I seem to have exported the whole file for kill enemy. I saw what I did wrong. I selected the kill enemy audio, and instead of clicking export selected audio, what I clicked was export audio, which exported the entire track. So I'll just export selected audio, override the kill enemy effect. Yes, it already exists and I would like to replace it. Here, kill enemy. Yes, now we've got all of our sound effects.